From the National Information Dissemination Center, good day and welcome to Citizens Agenda, a 30-minute program intended to provide citizens access to information through community radio content syndication. It's brought to you by the Association of Liberia Community Radio, ALICOR. I'm your presenter, Edward Colley. Coming up, community leaders in Tottenberg, Bomi County, alarm over increase in teenage pregnancy in the city, blame the lack of sex education and poverty. Lack of safe drinking water threatening the health and well-being of residents of Tanina Home, Kolahun District, Lofa County, due to the non-function of the town's only hand pump. Residents of Cousin Town, Boy District in Nima County, are calling for support to complete a 35-bedroom health facility. These plus a lot more are coming up. Stay tuned. As the government and partners strive to ensure high school enrollment across the country, there seems to be hindrance to the process in Bomi County. There are reports that teenage pregnancy is on the increase in the county. The increase in teenage pregnancy has caught the attention of community elders in Tottenberg, Bomi County, who describe the situation as alarming. According to the elders, girls under the age of 18 in various communities, especially Tottenberg, are getting pregnant, blaming the lack of sex education and poverty.
Stewart can't have been actually mark of that because I work in the health sector, which is the nutrition sector. Most of those children that comes over there from Stewart Camp, actually they are teenagers. They have the children, hanging on them. At times we have health education, scheduled off so that we're able to educate them. From Stewart Camp, let me just speak from Stewart Camp. There are so many of children that are there. Actually, they are not ready, but they have children.
What do you think is the cause of that?
Oh, number one here is, thank you very much, my brother. Number one here is that sometimes we can think it to be poverty because they are there, maybe their parents don't have the hand to really fully support them. They have sometimes other children come, they can get them 250, every day for full money. Then based on that, they get them sold to those children and without protected mentor. And number two, here is that because they have that sexual habit in them, they want to certify that desire, they don't know the details of it.
Not just limited to my community, but Tokman as a whole. Baby born baby is on the increase in Tokman.
So what do you think is the cause of?
For me, I would categorize it into three: lack of education on the preventive method and knowledge. So if our young girls in the rural community today having this knowledge, I can tell you very well that they will not have them born babies at the early age. But because they don't have that knowledge in the rural community, they are born babies. You see the ages of 13, 14, having pregnancy, going to the hospital to give birth, and some of them, they live in the process while giving birth. It's because of what they are going through, the lack of the education. Because our girls in the community, most of them, they are vulnerable. They are vulnerable. The parents don't care. They don't want to know where the girl's going. They don't want to know how or who the girls are interacting with. They don't want to know because of poverty. So the best thing we can do as community people is to have focus group discussion, meetings in our community on girls and young women on the preventive methods of family planning. How can you prevent yourself for you to not get pregnant at this stage and you want to continue going to school? Because family planning is very important. And if you take the family planning when maybe you reach the age 15, you want to have sex, and you don't want to stop you. What you can do is to take the family planning. While you having sex, you continue going to school. No one will stop you. But if you don't have the family planning method, I dare you will go have unprotected sex and you get diseases passing around. STI will hold you because you want to do flesh to flesh. At the end of the day, you get pregnant and you stop. Bomi County is key on the increase of teenagers getting pregnant. If you go in the communities, you realize that there are a lot of them. At the end of the day, it brings a lot of poverty in Liberia.
Meanwhile, the medical director at the Liberian Government Hospital in Tottenburg, that the liver quinine, confirmed their section by the community leaders, noting that they receive cases of teenage pregnancy daily.
Most of the surgical cases around here, or this is the only area that we do surgical cases. So we have a lot of referrals from these centers, and among them there are teenagers that need medical care because of pregnancy. So yes, we receive teenagers that are pregnant here. And the ages range from as low as 13 to the 18, 19.
What are some of the results of some of the cases that you receive, especially a child, like you said, at the age range of 13, 14, coming to give birth?
Let's go very simple and to the point. The human body is like a computer that you program. When it has timing, the body is not mature to carry another body, there is definitely going to be a problem. A teenager like 13, 14, the body is not fully ready to carry another child, it's not fully developed. So those people normally have a lot of complications associated with them. One of the most common complications we have in teenage pregnancy is preeclampsia and eclampsia. That is where they come with this elevated blood pressure. Sometimes they have seizure, biting on their tongues, and then the postpartum blues. They deliver and they start, because of the long stress and pain, they start acting like they are going off, like what you would say, lost in their mind. We have some of them. And most often they end up with cesarean section, because the passage of the child is not fully developed, and the child developed in them. Therefore, you must do a section to take out the child. Those are few complications we have with this teenage pregnancy. Another one is nutrition, because a teenager most often will be impregnated by another teenager that can afford. And pregnancy needs a lot of support, need a lot of nutrients, need a lot of medical care all through our pregnancy. The continual medical care during pregnancy, when that is lacking, the end result end up with a lot of complications on us.
Let's look at their survivability while in the process of going on the C-section or the surgery.
A teenager being pregnant doesn't mean that she's going to die. There are a lot of complications like I just enumerated some, but their chances of surviving is about 98%. But that depends on their time of presentation at the facility. If you sit as a teenager and you can deliver a child, you was in labor for 3-4 days, sometimes 5 days, and you had a ruptured uterus, where the uterus burst, the baby burst open in you, and then you present it again after 2 days after, when you have bled all through, the chance of us helping you at the facility becomes slim. If you present it in time and we did your surgery in time, you can go home walking with your child. There are multiple factors that we could link it on. Lack of sex education is just one in the media. Maybe it could help. Another one is active engagement of the youth. Because when a teenager is not engaged in anything active in the community, like we see in our villages, no school, no wife, no other activity to engage in, they run to sex as the drawback, as a fallback position. And with sex, there will definitely be pregnancy. So yes, sex education is one of those, but there are other things that we can do to get our teenagers involved in other activity.
Liva Quina is the medical director at the Liberian Government Hospital in Tottenburg, Bomi County. In many parts of rural Liberia, the absence of state security personnel has always been a major problem. With low presence of police officers, citizens often serve as their own security. For counties in southeastern Liberia, the case is even worse. In Plymouth District, Maryland County, there are only 14 assigned police officers. Recently, Plymouth City Mayor Larry Jiko complained over the shortage of police officers in the city, which he said have led to increasing crimes. In Grand Crew County, there are only 21 trained police officers. Moses Tamba is the police commander for Region 5, comprising of River G, Maryland, Grand Crew, and Sando counties. Tamba acknowledged the absence of manpower in the southeast and noted that he will ensure that the situation is addressed.
Try to look at those actors that exist the LMP, especially like the watch team in the communities, the local leaders, the city corporation, the police, those private securities, how can we conduct some refresher training? Because training is revolving. So as things change, the concept of the hard use of enforcing laws or executing orders, it varies. So we have also decided to engage stakeholders in that venture, like the motorcyclists, provide education for them on the rules of the road, maybe a workshop, look up the watch team, conduct some in-service or workshop for them to know their primary responsibilities and their limitations as a watch team forum.
During your inductions, the mayor of the city of Plivo, Mayor Larry Jijiko, talked about the lack of manpower in Plivo. Is it very essential to you as a regional commander of this region?
What he said is in place. We need to add our presence and move besides. It's not just having officers passing in uniform. Our presence will also be the community engagement, educating people on the laws of Liberia, complaint procedures. When there are issues, how do you channel a watch team or local watch team heads or the zonal head? You have an issue, how do you quickly contact the LMP to be responsive? So these are all exhibiting our presence. So it's not just only looking at personnel being deployed and moving around. That we look at is necessary and it's important for our safety as police officers as well as the citizen. So I think he's on the right trajectory and we are in line with that.
Would you mind to share with us, at least briefly, your plans that you came along with to work with?
First thing is collaboration. Maybe one institution may lack certain logistics that the other institution has. In that collaborative policing, we're able to, I would say, in our Liberian way, borrow from one another just to achieve our overall objective, which is security. So with collaboration, we can be able to function efficiently. So once that collaboration is there, my dream is to have community engagement, community policing, bringing the police to the people feeling as partner to law enforcement, implementation of the rules and the rules or regulations or laws, so that the local leaders can be part of the process. That will help reduce that burden that is on the national security in terms of response and battling criminal activities.
Moses Tamba is a police commander of Region 5 comprising of Rivergy, Maryland, Crew, and Sano counties. From southeast Liberia, we move to central Liberia in Bangabon County, where to curb the growing accident rate in the city, the Liberian National Police Bond Detachment, in collaboration with local authorities, has officially dedicated 2 locally made traffic booths in the county. The traffic booths are situated at the Fast East Junction in Banga. The installation follows a fatal accident that occurred at the Fast East Junction that resulted in the killing of 1 person with 3 others injured. Bong County Police Commissioner is Fasu Valai Sharif.
We observed that since the erection of this light, many cyclists, many vehicle drivers have not been able to adhere to the traffic light instruction. So for that reason, we sat and we met, we discussed that we think that there will be need that we buttress the light with traffic booths, where we'll have officers, traffic officers or officers deployed in the booth to help regulate the movement of vehicles from Ganta or from Melodia. As you can see today, we have erected the booths here, being dedicated. We will also have officers deployed in those booths to help the process, to buttress the effort of the traffic light. So it's not only going to be today, it's going to be a continuous process. And the focus will not only be on 5 East Junction, but this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. And we are concentrating on the administrative building intersection, where we also have a light. We're also looking at the CB Doma, the hospital. We observe the time pass that accidents sometimes occur there that result in death. So those strategic areas, we're going to focus on the area 4-1+1 inclusively.
Fasu Valai Sharif is Bon County Police Commander. For her part, Bon County Superintendent Madam Hawa Norris commended the police in the county for their proactive approach to road safety, while highlighting the importance of instilling safety measures at every crossing path in Banga to help curb accidents in the city.
Firstly, we want to say thank you to the police so much for coming up with this beautiful idea. We too got to try to put some measure because this is a highway. I think besides the light, we have to put some security measure like we have already started. So we'll be looking forward to the city mayor because that's a city and the police to put these measures because it also can bring some regulations that you can find plenty, but it doesn't negate the fact that if you see red light, there's red light and those drivers are passing from Gata coming. They can't tell me that up to now they don't know that there's red light here. So we all frown at the way they kill people. If it was Bonka they passing over there, they have done a lot of things. I was born here, I grew up here, I saw it. This is not just now. It's been happening. As soon as they come from this side, they're running to go and come back, and somebody will always die in it. And the accident you were talking about, the highest is from Bon County. So I just want to say that we are here to cut the raping today so that we can be able to put some measure if they come in here so they can slow down. So we just want to cut this raping and welcoming safety in Bon County.
Howard Norris is Bon County Superintendent. If you are just joining us, you listen to Citizens Agenda, a 30-minute program intended to provide citizens access to information through community radio content syndication. It's brought to you by the Association of Liberia Community Radio, ALICOR. I'm Edward Colley presenting. Stay tuned.
Rape is a crime. We stand together in saying no to rape. This message is brought to you by the National Information Dissemination Center, NIDC, a multimedia production studio operated by the Association of Liberia Community Radio, ALICOR.
Residents of Taninahun Kulahun District, Lofa County, are said to be facing severe water shortage. The shortage of water is as a result of malfunctioning of the only hand pump in the town. The crisis has led to residents drinking from creeks for almost a year, leading to severe health crisis, especially among children. Thomas Kwawala is an elder in the town of over 1,500 people. He revealed that community members have spent over $20,000 Liberian dollars attempting to repair the broken hand pump, but their efforts have brought no result.
I think you are asking yourself as evidence. You saw the women going down there to the creek that we have left so many here that we can't do this. One now we're drinking. This pump got damaged from the beginning of the year. If I tell you, you will not believe it. We spent over 20,000. It can be fixed. And I don't know the reason why. Because we brought Jacob here, he came, he worked small, it went down, we sent for him again, we are just be spending money, we can't find any fruitful result. So as a result, we are bringing a creek. I don't want to lie to you, which most strangers here will be treating them from diarrhea. And diarrhea is around town.
And what is the message you have for the government? What is the appeal you have for the government, humanitarian organization, to counter whether another hand pump or the hand pump can be faced with good termination?
Thank you very much. First of all, you can see the town. It's a very big town. And so the one hand pump have been overloaded. This is why every time we are repairing, as soon you fix it, spot. So my appeal to national and international organizations, especially those organizations responsible for water, should come to our aid, or it will be, a disaster for all because we don't have no safe drinking water here. So I'm asking the government, the district authority, the stakeholders of this district to see reasons to come and help us, save us from drinking the creek. We have tried our best, it can be fixed. So I'm asking other international NGOs to visit and see if they are able to fix it or replace the head. That would be fine for us. But we are living in a deprived condition when it comes to safe drinking water.
Thomas Kaiwala is an elder in Taninahun Kulahun District, Lofa County, where residents are now drinking from creeks due to damage of their only Hempon. The residents of Kosen, Boy District in Nima County, are calling for support to complete a 35-bedroom health facility. The project, which cost $163,000 United States, is intended to provide healthcare service to inhabitants of the town and its surroundings. Construction of the health facility was initiated by residents of the town in 2013 due to the growing population of the area and as mandated by the county health team. Kosen and its surrounding towns and villages has a population of over 15,000 inhabitants and are said to be without medical facility. Arthur Kanua is the former youth chair of Kosen and the project consultant for the town. He told Citizens Agenda that the lack of health facility is a serious problem for the town. Here is Kanua, followed by Fidesco Kwea, a community health care worker and a resident of the town.
This project came about when plenty big bellets were going to pay for ANC. Some used to go there and deliver, then some go to Kanwi, some go to Kogopa. At last time I was youth chairman and also a health worker, CHA. So for that matter, the distance from here to pay is far, and from here to Kanwi is also far, also Kogopa. So this is why we, the health workers within the town, we went together and went to pay. During that time, Mr. Yamben was overseas in pay. So we put before him that this distance is far. You know, everybody get money to be paid motor back. So what you do is we are kind of asking your office to establish mobile clinic in Kosen. He agreed. Then later on, he said the population in Kosen, I know it is heavy. This is why you wrote the county health team. That Kosen should be having clinic. He started talking with the county health team. So later now, he came and told us that I talked with the people agree that clinic should be in Kosen. So we ourselves went to Southern Korea to the county health team office. We saw Kosen name on number 6 in their 10-year plan that they made. Kosen was one of those selected to be that health center should be here.
We are talking about 11 years later.
Yeah, 11 years later.
And the project has not been completed.
So how are looking? All those materials that were needed, we brought it. Then we started the project. So we are on it. And we are doing it by lobbying, going to people's office or offices to help us. So now when some people come to do for their vote, we ask them, then they give us some bag of cement, then some people will get serious. That how come we are up to this stage? Our call to government and the panel is we are crying on them to come to our aid because this time women can deliver in the community. Look at this, the distance I talk about. Some people can even deliver highway when they are going on motorbike. So it's looking risky to us. And when we go on training, they can be telling us that it's not supposed to be that.
I was the Community Health Development Chairman, which is the CHDC. We left from here, we went in Southern Korea. We discussed about the health project. And now the county health team told us that we should come and start the project so that government should come in. And we have been between there. So after we came, Brother George came in. We hear consignment for the building, cement, steel, hairpins, and other materials that will enable us to start the work. He brought our consignment and we started the work. Since then, it's very tough. Ebola came. There was no way for us to carry on the projects. Coronavirus, it came in. There was no way for us to move forward as we have to do. And we have been carrying this work. The community health team, which are the CHC, the CADC, and all the health workers in the community, we have been putting hands together so that the project should go on fine. Government have not come in yet. We don't have the hands to do it, but we need the project in our community. Just imagine from Kosen to Pei, it's about 10.5 kilometers from here to Pei.
From Kosen here to Pei?
Yes.
This is the distance that you people cover to go seek medication?
Yes.
Including pregnant women?
Yes. This is the distance that we can cover. From here in Kanwi is another more distance. From here, Kokopa is another more distance. In the Saint Roofing, 4,989 population.
Residing in this town?
Residing in the
with
town.
No health facility?
No, with no health facility in this community. It is very, very unfortunate for us.
Fidesco Kwea is a community health care worker and a resident of Kwesien. Earlier was Arthur Kanua, a former youth chair of the town and the consultant for the Bokosin Health Center construction project that has been stalled since its initiation in 2013. They were calling for help for the completion of the project. It is often said that a tree cannot make a forest. A tree does not make a forest is used to teach moral society lesson, which stresses the importance of teamwork, relationship, and collective efforts. Just as forest is composed of many trees working together, so too can humans achieve great things when they work together towards a common good. Such change seems to be realized in the life of a successful farmer in Konowala District, Bon County, Johnson Yah. As Yah explains to citizens Agenda Orlando Coleman, he is now successful in fish and rubber farming with others multiple agricultural activities, owing to the contribution of his wife, Madame Maria, who encouraged him to venture into agriculture instead of politics, as he set a 5-year plan for value change addition.
For the next 5 years, I want to open a factory. To be frank with you, I want to open a place, I want to add value to my crops. All right. So that I leave people in this district can benefit from this fund. We'll provide employment opportunity for them. So I want for even master degree people older to come here and work.
So what you choose doing your investment in this agriculture? Because this is something that when you put it on the ground, it requires you sitting down to wait to see whether it will survive or not. Why you choose, doing your investment into agriculture?
I decided doing it because at least if you put $1 in the soil, in return you get $100 in return.
Wow.
That is plenty.
Wow.
So let me tell you something. The little money I started with $35 Liberian dollar. All the things you see here, $35 LD. I started with it.
Wow.
Liberian dollar to go in heaven. The building you see, so that $35 building. The car you can see me riding around. The clothes you can see me wearing. So that $35 I got it from $35 Liberian dollar.
So how you manage for the $35 to grow to this
level? The $35 when I started, my wife, when they took the money from me during the war, she told me, what next you can do? Because I came from Germany at the time. Wow. They took everything from me. But I said, the money I get, I'm going to buy maple, liquor, kinju, saw, and the other thing, to sell it around. We started selling. While she was working, she used to come to told on her head, we go from place to place. We started in Kurupari, around the Banga end. Yeah. And we sold those things. I was able to get like $40, $50, $100. Money was valued that time. Yes. So I went, I purchased a bag of cocoa. I brought it to LPNC at the time. I sold it. There I started getting, when I realized more cash coming in. So I went, that one bag, I managed to get 3 bags. From there I started getting 100 bags, 125 bags, 200 dog juke bags. So from there I started building. I have property in Monrovia. Even if I go there today, I can be here, they can be calling me too. They can send my money through the bank. So the money, when people come work here, what I sell, I don't say I can pay.
Johnson Yah is a successful farmer in Konowala District, Bon County. Well, listeners, that's how we go home on this edition of Citizens Agenda, a 30-minute program intended to provide citizens access to information through community radio content syndication. It's brought to you by the Association of Liberia Community Radio, ALICOR. But just before we go, these are the stories we've been following. Community leaders in Tottenham, Bombing County, alarmed over the increase in teenage pregnancy in the city, blame lack of sex education and poverty. Lack of safe drinking water threatening the health and well-being of residents of Tanina Kulahun District, Lufa County, due to the non-function of the town's only hand pump. Residents of Kosen Town, Boy District in Nima County, are calling for support to complete a 35-bedroom health facility. On behalf of the entire production crew, I have been your presenter, Edward Colley. Have a pleasant day.
Yo